what we're experiencing now, because we need something to form here to break out. Yeah, it's always difficult to go up if we don't have shorts to squeeze, and you can't just go up. You can't, people aren't just going to market buy to go up, because what happens is that when the price goes up, you get short center and you get longs from lower down take profit at market, which pulls the price back down. That's what happened here, and that could happen every single time we go up. Yeah, every single time we go up, you could get people short or take profit at market. When you create a pattern like this, you have the potential to squeeze, because you're creating lower highs, higher lows. And what people will do in this range is they'll just short the highs because they're not expecting a higher high. They'll long the lows because they're not expecting a lower low, and they'll just trade the range. Eventually the price will break out. Okay, now sometimes it breaks out, it fakes out before it breaks out, and that would look like this. Sometimes it could be the other way too. It could be like that, and sometimes it will just round, or round up or round down, and you'll just end up going down or up. Yeah, so it's kind of 50-50. It's a little bit of a coin flip. I think the fact that we're above the point of control makes me think up. Yeah, because we're holding support. As long as we don't lose the point of control, I'm still going to think up. And if we do end up continuing this triangle, this equal triangle, and if we do end up, I don't know, faking out, I mean, that would be a really good place to long, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would still be a good place to long. So that's why I'm bullish, because even if we continue this triangle and we break to the downside, which would be really bearish, you'd start getting a lot of shorts pile in, wouldn't you? Lower highs, break down to the downside, short, 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 and that's how you squeeze them. You trap the shorts, you squeeze up, you invalidate the bearish breakout, and you end up actually squeezing the highs to go bullish. So that's how I, oops, what did I do? What did I just do? What's this? Don't know what I just did. Okay, that's kind of how I imagine how we break out to the upside. Yeah, and obviously the only other way that I can imagine, I'm not seeing that kind of price action now, would be a flat top triangle. That would also be another way of breaking out to the upside. Otherwise I can't see how we break out to the upside with an impulsive move. That's kind of what we're trying to see if we can predict. So let me just see price action triangle breakout. So let's just keep that. That's how I imagine we go up. Yeah, fake out into the point of control and up. And I don't know when that could happen. There's obviously other areas of confluence here. I'm just kind of just imagine this off the top of my head, but you see there from the top to bottom, that's the point of control. On the, that's the golden pocket on the point of control. So that's a really good area to buy, isn't it? And we haven't actually tapped it again. It's a little bit of a front one there. So it'd be nice if we go up and then come down and then fake out and go straight back into strong support there, and then just push up. Get people really bearish. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? There's quite a lot of confluence there. You're not having and obviously if that didn't work then it doesn't work. You know, you potentially, if that doesn't work, if that fails, you know, you come back up and you're kind of losing it, aren't you? Maybe it wouldn't take that long, because this is the, I don't know how long that would take. But you kind of go up and then actually you're losing it. Yeah, you're kind of, the pressure is on. there's not enough liquidity there to hold the price effectively. There's not enough buyers, and you get a little bounce, but actually you're losing it. Yeah, so that's kind of what you don't want to see. And I don't think it'll be good to lose the point of control, because if you do lose the point of control, well, we're going down. Yeah, we'll go down quite fast. There's not much support built up on this price up, this markup, and that will lead us down to the other long trade that I have in mind, which is the one that I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if I saved it. Don't think I saved it. That wasn't my trade anyway. It was Lucky Apes' idea, so I'm not going to take credit for it. If he makes you a load of money, you'll have to tip him, not me. But effectively the trade was, hold on Alex, I'll get to you in a second. Hi David, Pitram, Ramsey. Alex, what do you think of ETH ETF approved? I think it's, I mean, it can't, it's bullish, right? It's not bearish. This is not my trade, okay? So I can't take credit if you become rich from it. I don't know about the timings either, because it would have to happen by the 1st of June. Obviously the way I've drawn this is all wrong. Yeah, in terms of timings. This is not indicative of timings. This is just indicative of movement, all right? So don't just assume that this is going to be correct on the right time. It's just an imagination of the movement that I'm thinking at the moment. But here, this is the I mean, let me just do it so it would make sense in terms of timing as well. So he had some kind of golden pocket. I think he had it on the regular chart, which it doesn't look correct here. See, now it looks correct. That's the regular chart. I use log, so it doesn't look correct on the log chart, because I use log timings. But let's just assume that it's correct because it's on the regular, and you have quite strong confluence here at the end of the week. And so what I think, and you'd be moving down really fast, really quickly. So right now, obviously, we're in some kind of tightening range. We have this little triangle that's formed here. Definitely be a good opportunity to short as we go up into the top trend line. And right now, as you can see, the price is being front run, so it might not move as fast, but it might, because you have single, but who knows? No one really knows. That's kind of where we're at now, right? And it's not easy to see from before, but now that it's happening, it's a lot easier to see. Hindsight helps us to see what's happening. I don't expect us to go up beyond the top of that triangle, and maybe actually all the top will be front run too. I don't know, but let's just say we go up, and let's say, and you see the timing's all wrong because I'm just looking at it now, because basically what you want to do is you want to get down here by Friday. Right? That's X marks the spot. It's basically the weekend. So effectively what you'd want to do now is you'd want to go up, reject, move down quite quickly, maybe bounce, but actually you lose it, you don't fake out, and then we're going down. I don't know, something like that. Some kind of bearish rejection, which just leads to a massive pylon of the price. Very different to what I'm imagining. So the other idea obviously is to do what I said, fake out to go up. Yeah, I don't know where I think that could happen at the weekend too. It doesn't matter if you don't actually have to hit the X on time. It could be after or before. It's pretty much the same confluence. You know, this is an area. It's not an exact precise moment. Yeah. So even if you come down here, it'd still be fine. If you came down here, it'd still be fine. You still have confluence. It just means that it might be a little bit messy and overextended just to kind of push down. So this doesn't really matter. This, you can just imagine this as a slot. And so the question is, how do we get down there? That's how. And the way to get down there is to lose the point of control. To lose the point of control, this would be my first preferred idea, fake out to go up, right? If you get a fake out and it fails, then this isn't going to go up. You're going to get a fake out to go down. Yeah. So you just lose the point of control. I think the minute you lose the point of control, you're going to get a massive kind of dump, like a real hefty dump. And that's what you want to see. Yeah. You get a massive dump. You get lots of single prints. You get a really good reaction here. And then we have a real mass. That's when our kind of bull market rally can begin, potentially, because that's when you get all of these kind of single points formed. You get the impulsive move down from this lower part. Or we just fake out. We just fake out and we just go right back up and it actually commences there. So there's kind of two ideas that I have now for where the price can find support. It's just two of probably an infinite amount of ideas that exist. And that's kind of where we are now. I am still imagining that we go up. Yeah, I'm still thinking that. I'm just trying to think of the way that it could happen in context of what needs to happen for it to happen. Yeah. So the price, for a bullish impulsive move, the price needs to it needs to move quickly. So there mustn't be much resistance in the way. And that's what I'm contemplating. I'm thinking about resistance. And so naturally you get fast moves in price discovery because there's no resistance. We're not in price discovery and we need a bullish impulsive move. And so I'm just trying to kind of think about how we get there. Let me just bring up my Elliott wave folder again. So let me have a look at this. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. ABC and actually what could be forming here, and this is something that I'm looking at now. Where's my other Elliott wave? Is it that one? Okay. Wave 3. I have another one as well, huh? Is that one? Let's get rid of those. It's fine. Impulsive, is that it? Okay. All right. Let's just imagine that we're going to impulse. Yeah, I'm not contemplating corrections right now. I'm still thinking impulsive. I was wondering whether the one started a bit earlier as well. So let me just consider that. And I'm not thinking corrective at the moment. This is corrective continuation. It's just basically continuing this WXY. And we could be in a WXY to there. And then so we'll just not consider that for the second. I'm just trying to consider the impulse. Okay. Get rid of that. So the question is, did in this last wave, this is the wave 1, did the one start here? 3, 5. And this whole thing is corrective right now. Let me bring that triangle. Because potentially A, B, C, D, E. We could be forming an A, B, C, D, E here instead of just like A, B, C's here. And then that would mean from that top pivot. Okay, let me hide it. I've got an idea now on what I'm going to do. Hide that one. Okay. There you go. All right, so maybe A, B, C, D, E. Maybe. So it's like a 5-wave triangle correction. Yeah. So maybe we had our first 5 waves. That was it. That's your wave 1. This whole thing is your wave 1. I think the problem is with this is the fib times gave me a little bit later. That's kind of why I started it a bit later. Probably doesn't matter. Yeah. See, I had the fib time coming to this pivot. Maybe it started a bit earlier and that was just whatever, the wave 3. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change anything here because all it means is that when I do trend-based fib targets, I have different pivots. Yeah. Whether this 5 ended here or I don't know. I don't know. I think this is probably right actually. Just looking at it, it looks right. Because that's a deep zigzag, that's a flat, extended flat, that's the wave 5. That whole thing becomes your 1. This whole arm is your 1. So put that back in. See, I had the 4, 5. Maybe that 4 is now up to here somewhere. Okay. Is that right? No. See, yeah, that was the thing that I did wrong. Okay, so now I understand. So, all right, so this is wrong because we didn't impulse out. This is the correct one, probably. This green one. Right? And this is all correct as long as we don't go down here, because that would invalidate this whole idea. Because you technically, if the 0 is here, you can't go underneath the 0. That would be invalidate that count completely, and we'd have to reset the count on the higher time frame. Would it make any difference? Probably not. Where is the EW again? Nope. I've lost it. There it is. Let me put that up so I don't lose it. It's fine. It just means that this whole thing still becomes part of our correction, and our actual correction ends somewhere here if we go lower. So the way it works, I mean, we could still be correcting, that's the point. And if we go lower, then it means we are still correcting. If we don't go lower, then maybe we can impulse. So the question is this, all right? So let me just clear that up. So we all clear, right? This probably is your first 5 waves. The count that I'm contemplating is wave 5 of the 3rd wave, right? The 3rd higher time frame wave. So I've gone over that in the past. This is basically it. And that's possibly your first one, okay? So your first one, and on the higher time frame, that's the last wave, the 5 wave, which is this green one, of the purple one, which is your wave 3. So I'm just counting all the waves, and we're just trying to figure out where this one begins and where this one ends. This is potentially wave 1. Of wave 5. Of wave 3, potentially. Yeah, so I'm just trying to count the waves for the final wave of wave 3. Each impulsive wave has to be impulsive, and it has to have 5 waves. Potentially this is correct for the first wave. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense. And so therefore we're correcting, and we're expecting the next impulsive wave, the wave 3. Okay. Now, if we go down underneath this point here, this first wave, this whole one wave invalidates, and you have to begin again. It doesn't mean we have to begin the whole count again. It just means this section we have to begin again, because then it means we're still, this whole thing is still a correction, and we still haven't commenced our wave 1 of the 5th wave of the 3rd wave. Okay, so we're still trying to start the first wave. This looks very impulsive, so this could be the first wave. Obviously, if you go underneath the 0 point, it invalidates. Okay, and you have to start over. This would still be okay, because it means if you do find support here and you do invalidate that count, you could easily 5 wave impulse out of this because of the way the price has moved down. Okay, this is still possible, and we could still get the kind of movement that we want, which is impulsive. Okay, I don't like it that much. I prefer us to just consolidate here, fake out, and then head up. That's what I prefer. I prefer that because it means we can go up and squeeze up, and we'll be in price discovery. That's kind of what I like. I like that idea for us to just squeeze up into price discovery after we've completed our wave 1 and we have some kind of ABCD correct. I like this a lot, actually, thinking about it. If this was to happen, it would be perfect. And then we could commence our wave 3, and that has to be impulsive, and that has to be 5 waves. 5 impulsive waves. Exactly the same kind of impulse that you're seeing here. Yeah, do you see the impulsiveness that we're seeing here? You see how impulsive that is? You see how impulsive this is, and you see how impulsive this last leg is. That's what you want to see for impulsive waves. Okay, and then the rest is corrective. Here you have some sort of ABC deep correction, a bit of a zigzag potentially, and here you have an extended flat correction. Extended because it goes higher than the original pivot that's been put in. See, it extends to the downside, it extends to the upside. It's an extended flat. Effectively, this is flat. Yeah, and so basically from the 0.3 to the 0.4, price doesn't really go anywhere. These are the easiest corrections to long, because the longs aren't underwater when they're longing. Yeah, these are the harder ones, the deeper ones, because it's still bullish, but you long and you're always underwater until you're finally not. Okay, and then obviously now if that wave 1 completed, okay, and so therefore that blue, the start point is a bit earlier, probably there. This could be some kind of ABCDE. Okay, it could be. I don't know how this is going to play out, but this is what it's looking like to me. And obviously it could be something else, like I don't know. Yeah, like I'm just kind of giving 2 ideas, and we have to see what happens. You could be also just be forming something completely different. The reason why I like this is because we're still holding the point of control, so we're on massive support. I don't see us losing that, and I do see this triangle forming, which is making me think we're in a triangle, and this makes perfect sense. I would like to see a fake out here. I would like to see that. Okay, I think that would make perfect sense, and it would make perfect sense for that to happen at the beginning of the month, like on June. Yeah, to have a fake out. Then as long as you don't get a rejection off the bottom of the triangle, as long as you can get back into the bottom of the triangle, then this becomes mega bullish. And so the trading plan here would be this. Let me show you. Let me just hide that. Let me just hide these now. Let me just draw these better. Oh, whether those brush strokes go, don't know, they won't. Let me just draw these better. So possibly at the end of the week, I don't know exactly when. Maybe go up. Maybe today, yeah. Maybe go down. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to be. Yeah. The way the triangle is formed, it would be better to be later because it's too close to support here and you kind of need a real fake out. So it would be a lot more bullish to stay in this triangle till later and fake out later. The problem with here is that if you came down here, that would be an easy buy. And you don't want it to be an easy buy. You want it to be a hard buy and an easy sell. So if we were to go up there and you come down to here and then did this, it'd be an easier sell. And therefore that's how you squeeze, because that would have to be at the beginning of June. We'd have to be stuck here until the beginning of the month. I don't know if that's going to happen. I can't predict that. That would be better because there's a little gap. I know you clearly lost the triangle when you come down, and then you could easily get a rejection, and that would be really bullish. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out because it depends on the time. If it was to happen at the weekend, it would still work. It would just be over here. So you're kind of breaking down to fake back up. Yeah, that would be quite bullish, like really bullish. And the bullish part here would be to get back into the triangle. Actually, you could take the long there, but you'd actually, most people who long here will take profit into the first line of resistance. Okay, and so that's kind of what I'm imagining. I don't know when it's going to happen. I can't predict that. A, B, C, D, E. So let's just say that this is our E here. We're looking for a D. And then the final E. Take out the lows. That might work. That might work. Take out the lows there, come into support for an immediate bounce. Squeeze up. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. Something like that. It doesn't look right, but I don't know. Rojo Campos, good morning. All right. And then obviously the other idea is that we just go all the way down to here. Okay. And that it'd have to happen quite sooner, because you see this is the area of interest, and look at where we are. We're on top of a support and we're getting bullish reactions. Yeah. So it's not looking bearish right now. We basically the point of control is being front run, bottom of this triangle. We're not getting, this isn't bearish. Yeah, this is actually quite bullish because we're holding support after we reclaimed it, and potentially we're consolidating underneath a massive resistance level, which is the value area high. Okay, so this price action isn't bearish. For all intents and purposes, it's bullish because we're consolidating underneath resistance, and we're holding the point of control as support. That's basically what's happening right now. It wouldn't be bearish to lose the point of control if it did what I'm imagining, which would be a fast down to come back fast up. It would be like, it's basically what you want. You want that kind of V-shaped wick that crazy sell-off that before the bull market actually begins type thing. Yeah. And the confirmation of that would be just getting right back above the point of control. It's quite a big distance, so you wouldn't just wait. You would definitely take a chunk out of that, and the confirmation, if it was to happen, I think the chances are low. But you know, anything's possible in crypto and Bitcoin especially. Is basically this pivot here. You see there's a swing failure potential here. That's how you would know. You'd know because the price would just come back above that swing failure level. We'll be back into this market structure, back into that structure. Once it's there, then that would give you the clue that you could start longing, and then obviously you'd have to take profit at certain key levels like the value area low or the point of control if the price came back up. But the good thing is that you'd have a really good entry if you were to get that kind of opportunity. It would have to happen this week basically. And let me just mark it off, and I'm going to set an alert as well. So probably the alert won't trigger, but you know, it's good to have these alerts set. And then the other alert that I'm probably going to set is now that we've formed this pivot here, I'll probably put it on this pivot. Okay, can swing failure trade that one. I'm feeling very bullish. I'm not feeling bearish at all. Doesn't mean I'm not going to short. It definitely doesn't mean that. I shorted yesterday and I took profit today. And it's good that I took my profit, huh? Because, you know, look what's happened in the last 15 minutes. The price has gone up. Yeah. So okay, is that clear? Does anyone have any questions? That's my first question. Any questions?